Very nice.
Okay.
Ryan, how excited are you about getting D'Angelo back and then having that deep running back core to protect again?
Really excited. I mean, there's an energy in this offense just in the last couple of days that we haven't felt in a while, and we got all these aspects and all these different elements now, and it's pretty exciting. And having Steve come back, I know a lot of guys were excited about that. And then Ota's a big part of it. I mean, he really is a game-changing type tackle, and he makes our offense better when he's in there. So it's just kind of cool to have all these pieces in, and you know, we had the change, and with that brought this whole new energy and excitement to our team. And so, you know, we're really excited and ready to put this thing forward.
Can you talk a little bit more about that energy and sort of what you guys have felt just in these first few practices?
Yeah, you know, last year we were one of the youngest teams in the NFL, and so you had a lot of young guys, a lot of rookies kind of looking for older guys, and there was only a few of them scattered in there. And this year picked up some guys, Jeremy Shockey and some older guys, and having Steve come back, bringing in some other guys like that. It just kind of, there's just a really cool, unique diversity to this team now, and just skill-wise, all the different elements, and just some really phenomenal athletes that we were able to pick up. So it's exciting, and I think once we are able to get a lot of those guys back who we have to wait till August 4th to come back, it's going to be fun to see what happens. A lot of stuff's going in right now. That's the only downside, is just quick turnaround and missing all those OTAs because of lockout. And so we got a lot of stuff we got to put in, and they're throwing a lot at us. But just from what we've seen and getting to kind of skip ahead in the playbook and see what's to come, it's fun, it's exciting, it's different, and we're excited.
Right, how much did it hurt last year not having Ota out at right tackle?
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, I think the guys that we had come in and fill those spots did a great job. But Jeff really is a game-changing type tackle. I mean, you watch him on film, and you don't see too many tackles around the league that can come down on a guy and blow him up and then take out the linebacker in the same play. And that's the kind of stuff he does that just makes run plays go a lot better. So yeah, it's really nice having him back, and he's just kind of that other piece that just, you know, it makes us have one of the best O-lines in the country.
What's the main thing you've seen from Coach Rivera so far, and what he expects of you out there?
I think just this identity that we're trying to find, you know, that we haven't had in a while, and trying to play championship football and what that means. And so just from leading by example, what we do and how we prepare, and taking each day to reach that goal, and all the things that sound like cliches but are important, you know what I mean, that you tend to lose when you just try to install plays. And so being a player and being a coach in the league and having some success doing that, he's implemented a lot of things that have worked for him, and guys are buying in, and everybody's really excited about it. You know, it's something different, it's something new, but at the same time, it's things that we all know, and now that we're starting to implement every day, and just kind of reminding us what it takes.
Ryan, I know you haven't spent a lot of time around him yet, but your early impressions of Cam, how he's handled himself in the huddle and just, you know, in the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, he's you know, one of the perceptions with Cam was that Auburn's offense was too simplistic, and the NFL playbook was, he was going to struggle with that, and just listen to him out there talk to Coach Shula, and listen to him ask me questions or other guys questions. He really has gotten into the playbook, and he knows what he's doing. And Jimmy's a really smart guy, and he's been learning right alongside him, so they've been helping each other, but at the same time competing, you know. So that's exciting. You know, everybody wants to win, everyone wants to do well, and he definitely wants to live up to his potential and his hype, and it's exciting. He's been doing well so far, and they've been throwing a lot at him, a lot at all of us, and we got a long ways to go still, so we'll see. Time will tell.
You had any fun with him yet, as far as you had fun with him on draft night a little bit?
Yeah.
Were you poked at him at all?
Yeah, no, you know, that'll come too with time. I mean, shoot, I'm learning a whole new offense too, so I've been more focused on that than anything. No, and that'll probably be like that for a while, but once we get it figured out and get going, he'll start hearing more from me.
Ryan, another guy you probably haven't been around a ton, but I'm sure you know his game is Ron Edwards, a defensive tackle, just a very big body and the kind of guy that
Yeah.
centers always have to deal
Right.
with. Can you talk just a little bit about what a guy like that does? I mean, what what he might be able to help?
Yeah, he is a big guy and he's strong and he's athletic, and that's the thing you kind of look for. That's rare in defensive tackles. You want a guy that kind of has the whole package, and so he's somebody who's going to have a huge element to that side of the ball. And the biggest thing that those kind of guys do is they eat up two blockers, and he does a really good job of making sure that guys like me don't get up to the second level. So. I got to study more film on him, but just from what I've seen, that's going to be something that's going to be challenging, and look forward to competing and battling with him.
Can you talk about Rob Chudzinski and what he's bringing to the table with the offense and the new setup?
Yeah, he's very hands-on, and he does a good job of getting around everybody and making sure everybody's on the same page. And at the same time, though, he does a good job of letting the coaches do what they need to do. But he's very passionate. He wants it perfect. He wants to get it right, and so that's something that's pretty cool to try to live up to that and make sure that you get every little aspect of it right, not just that's good enough. And that's something that we haven't done in a while, and something that I think is going to make for a better offense.
Front office is obviously taking care of their own. Marty's mentioned how they're working with you. Can you tell us how close you are, and how important is it for you to perhaps get a long-term deal?
I mean, as of right now, I was tagged with the franchise, and so I have a one-year contract with Carolina Panthers. I've said before, I really do like this place, and if it works out that I get to stay here, that's great. And I know my family loves the city of Charlotte, and I love the Carolinas. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. As of right now, though, I'm focused on this season. I have 1 year under contract, and that's what I'll do, is make sure to give the Panthers everything I have.
Do you get any sense, Ryan, when they might address a longer-term deal with you?
I don't, just because it's been so chaotic in the front office, and so I understand that if that's the case and Panthers want me here long-term, which it sounds like they do, I'm probably low on the priority list just because of everything that's going on, and understandably so. There's still some other guys they need to sign in free agency, and so once that starts to settle, I got to imagine maybe they might come talk to me, but until then, I'm not worried about it, and just get my stuff right.
How's your leg incidentally?
No, it's good. It's good.
Cramps,
just a little cramp. Yeah.
What's
This hot weather will do that to you. That's what happens when you go from the beach out to Spartanburg.
Right, what's cool about the first day in pads, the first practice in pads?
What's cool about it?
What's cool about it?
I think this year's a little different than most, just because we haven't been around football in a really long time. So you could tell just talking to a lot of players as it got towards the end, and there was all this speculation of maybe it's done, maybe it's not. Guys were really getting antsy. You could tell guys really wanted to get back, but because of the process, we kind of had to keep our heads cool and just let it happen. So I know guys are really excited in that aspect, and getting a hit, getting to put on pads, that's what we love to do, and especially linemen. We hate doing the helmets deal because we're still going full go, and it doesn't feel too great when you get a nice helmet in your shoulder. But so yeah, it'll be nice to fit up, and it's always fun to see how sloppy it is and to get back into football shape. I don't care how hard you train, it's a different kind of conditioning, and so it's fun to get back in there and try to get the right fits again. Even though you've done it 100 times with the same guys, it always ends up being pretty sloppy the first couple of days. So that's fun, just going through that whole process and trying to get back in the rhythm of things. And then obviously this time, having a new offense, having some new calls, and so it's fun. It's exciting.
How does Duke look?
Last one, guys.
And do you believe he put last season behind him?
Duke's focusing on Duke. I think he's a big man. He's strong. He's very powerful. He's just got to be consistent. That's always been his thing, and so hopefully he's learned from his mistakes, and he's doing a better job of making sure he's got to get done what he needs to get done. I know a lot of older guys have talked to him. A lot of coaches have talked to him. So this is his shot. It's his opportunity. He needs to take advantage of it, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully he can be consistent enough to get in there.